I want to just change the topic just a little bit. So a lot of people don't know that you play football, right? That's where I actually first saw you at. I was doing some volunteer work in Porus. It was this homecoming. No, it was even after the. I think it was after the homecoming. There was a celebrities football match. I guess I don't know what it's called. And you played against Tapa Whitmore, and your side. I think you had it's a guy that owns Murray's. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, yeah,
He was
yeah. Courtney Murray.
Courtney Murray and quite a few others on your team. And you guys beat Tapa Whitmore. What was the
Mm.
score? One
Yeah.
love?
We school him. No man, we school him. We gave him
It was
three.
three.
You know.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we gave him three. Remember I set up two. Remember I
Yes,
set
yes,
up
yes,
two.
yes, I
Okay.
remember.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Blacker Boyd was on my team as well.
Ah, yeah, man.
And
You're a midfielder?
yeah, Blacker played. He and I were the strikers.
Oh,
He and I were the strikers. Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Man, a big
yeah,
baller,
yeah,
big baller.
yeah, my big boy.
So now
No,
I know you have a big love for football and so on. I even saw a tweet recently about your thoughts on like how Jamaican football should transition and your recommendations for it. Tell us like what do you think about that aspect of you know
okay, so I love this. Yeah, you're right.
mhm,
This is definitely an area that I'm going to stick with.
mhm,
It was thrusted upon me about 3 years ago, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I'm the chairman of Professional Football Jamaica Limited, and we run
mm,
a couple of tournaments. The main tournament being the Jamaica Premier League,
okay.
and so I manage that and the Jamaica Premier League is the largest live event. We have 120 matches. We push through our turnstiles. Close to 100,000 people over 8 to 9 months. So it's big.
Yeah.
Now, my thinking is that we want to focus on making football endemic to Jamaica. So I don't believe in setting the goal of going to the World Cup. I don't. I don't think track and field, and I like to use track and field as an example. I don't think track and field is approaching it that we want to win the gold medal at the next Olympic Games, or sorry, not even win the gold medal, that we want to make the finals of the next Olympic Games. Because clearly, if track and field ever set that as a goal, Jamaica would riot, because Jamaica says, "What? What are you talking about? We're definitely making the finals. What we want is to get one, two, three."
Yeah.
You know,
We're spoiled.
well, it's not even
Yes,
say we
we are
want
very
to win.
spoiled. We are
We
very
want, we
spoiled.
want sweep.
Mm, yeah.
And what that means is that Jamaica and track and field, certainly sprinting, is now endemic to Jamaica. It is just a given. You land in Jamaica, is just pure sprinter, right?
Mhm,
Anywhere you go in the world, them knows that Jamaica people run fast.
yeah.
And so that's what we want. We want no, and the same with Brazil and Argentina, Germany.
Mm.
Their football has just taken over their country, and has just and their brand is now associated with good football.
Mhm,
So it's endemic. Once you land in Germany, say, boy, yo, man, I try watch a football match, or Spain, or so that's where I want to set the goal, as opposed to just saying I want to go to the next World Cup.
nice.
Now, to do that, you have to start, at the developmental, the grassroots stage.
Mhm.
So, just like, and I'm still perplexed at this. Like every basic school and every primary school sports day, ram, I mean, I said traffic block up West Kings House Road,
Hmm.
and of course, it was that I think it's Ligony Prep. It was Ligony Prep having a
First
sports
day.
day. Traffic. You understand? I'm like, what the hell is happening? When I reached down, Ligony Prep, cars on both sides of the road,
Hmm.
and it's sports day.
Yeah.
So, that's the kind of intensity I want for football.
Hmm.
And so we're going to have to start from the bottom. I'm not starting at the national team. I'm starting from the kids.
Yeah.
I want
Goes back to the same fundamentals that you're talking about, like with even within businesses, it always comes back to the fundamentals.
it always comes back to and that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said to the JFF. I said, the fundamentals don't change whether you're trying to build a successful brand or business, or you're trying to build a successful brand or sport.
Hmm.
The fundamentals are the same. You can't paint a house until it built. So let's build the house. Let's start with the plan. Let's design the plan, which I did, and that's what I shared. And in fact, I met with the president, and I gave it to him, and I said, "Yo, I think this is a plan that can work. This is what I think you guys should do. Start at the basic school, primary level. Get six-a-side tournaments. Every school must have every house. Then we'll move from that to every school, and then we'll move from that to every parish.
Yeah.
Then we'll move from that to across the country, and so on. And then you build it up
It helps you
to
to
the
discover talent too, because the thing in Jamaica, because everyone does track and field, kids are more likely to run, so you're gonna likely see the children who are very good at running. But if we started, I guess, being more big on football, you'd start to pick up the Ronaldos, the Messis.
Hmm.
no question, no question. Cause one thing me can tell you, me know say a Ronaldo is in Jamaica. Me
100%.
know that because Jamaica just naturally talented.
Yeah.
So I don't even I'm not even worried about that. I know a Ronaldo is right now here on the island. He may be like 3 or 4, but we know him already born and he's here. So we have to start there, and once we start there, as you said, the talent will start to show itself, and
Hmm.
then when the talent show itself, you don't even have to worry about that now. Man from all over, just like track and field, you don't even have to worry about how they're going to be developed,
Yeah.
because as you can see, every sports day pack, and everybody is looking for the next bolt. So every parent, even though they're not even a track coach or an agent, I'm sure the parents are like timing the basic school races. They have them stopwatch and thing, and they was like, "Yo, my son run 15 seconds. Yo, I think that's a world record." And they will call up Glenn Mills right away and I'm
Yeah.
like, "Yo, I'm telling you, this faster than Bolt." You
Hmm.
understand? So, and you're going to see that. So, once we start having that kind of energy at that level,
Yeah.
the rest will take care of itself.
Hmm.
The clubs are going to come and scoop up the players, and they're going to develop them, and they're going to explode them. And then, of course, the national team will benefit from that because the clubs would have already, put in the work on that. So let's just start at the basics. Now, from 0 to 10.
Hmm.
Once you start at 0 to 10, everything else will come. I mean, obviously, high schools go and scoop down. 'Cause I'm the chairman of JC Foundation. So we going to be at every one of those,
Yeah.
every one of those under 10 matches, and we're like looking for the next, Manning Cup star,
Hmm.
and trying to get them to come to JC. And so you don't have to worry about the upper levels. You don't have to worry. That infrastructure will take care of itself just based on where the society is in terms of its love for sport, and particularly football.
Hmm.
So once they start to see the structure at the grassroots level, we're good. No, in terms of even though, as I said, I'm not worried about it, but I do have a plan for it. I do think that there is some commercialization opportunities above the grassroots level,
Yeah.
and we're seeing that that's the area I chair now, and we're seeing that implemented. So we have a website set up for apparel. So you can log on to admiral.com and you can buy your club shirts, whether it be Arnett, Mount Pleasant,
Really?
Mountain United, Cavalier, Waterhouse. You can put your name in the back, can put your number, and it's shipped directly
Mm.
to you. So we have the infrastructure, we have sponsorship, we have the games on television. We're selling the rights to the games for betting. So
Nice.
we've done that heavy lifting,
Yeah.
and we're carrying the games on Instat, and Instat is one of the top websites for player scouting.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened?
Mm.
Back in the day, you'd have to know a man who know a man who know a man to get, and then tell the man over the phone that, yo, me have a big baller in Jamaica. Can you please fly to Jamaica and take a look at him? Obviously, that was not efficient. So where the system is now is that you make sure the games are taped,
Mm-hmm.
and then you load up the tape to Instat, and all
Mm.
the coaches and all the scouts and all the agents around the world are watching all the tapes on Instat. And Instat actually does a AI, uses AI to analyze all the players and spits
Mm.
out the top players.
Wow.
And so
Wow.
the coaches literally just get a ping. They just get a notification that, yo, there's a guy in Jamaica that's running that clocked a top speed of 30 miles an hour. And then they'll be like, bam, and them look at it and them see the tape, and them say, they see how high he can jump. They see how what's his fitness, how many miles he covered on during the match,
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Wow.
So we have the platform now to get the players out. What we want to do is, as I say, do the fundamentals. So we have the players coming through the system.
Mm.
So that's and that's JFF's job. That's not my job.
Yeah.
No, so that's what I was trying to propose, that, JFF, stop focusing on paying a big coach to import 20 players from all around the world that barely even know where Jamaica is, getting them a passport and everything
Yeah.
to try and get to the World Cup. I don't want that. I want the sport to rule. So I'm
Because
saying,
the talent, as you said, is
stop
here.
directing your attention to the end.
Yeah.
Focus, as I say, you can't paint the building before the building is built.
Yeah.
So stop worrying about what you're gonna paint the building, and let's just get back to the foundation. Let's level the site. Let's peg out the thing. Let's lay the foundation,
Yeah.
and then thing. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm still lobbying,
Mm-hmm.
but certainly once the players come through, we're gonna scoop them up at the club and at the high school level. We're gonna we everybody is ready to scoop players up for sure.
Mm. I remember seeing even a Gleaner article maybe a couple of years ago or a year ago about wanting to list a lot of like the football clubs and so on. And
We
I think I'm not sure if I remember we were talking to Ryan Strawn about that on one of our previous episodes, and we're not. I'm not entirely sure we're ready for that, but I think that I agree with Ryan where he says it is a step in the right direction. I think
We're, we're listing three in 6 months. We're taking three of them to the market in 6 months.
really,
We're right
wow.
now. We have we're signing off on the projections.
Mm-hmm.
Price Waterhouse is going to value them,
Okay,
and the NCB capital markets are going to take them to the market. So the
wow.
clubs the clubs are Montego Bay United, Portmore United, and Arnett Gardens. And
Wow.
Mm,
yeah, man,
that's
You,
and
that's
you,
ready.
you
that's
heard
good.
it here first, guys. Subscribe to
I have
content. Yeah.
I have the projections in my inbox. I'm reading them through.
Yeah.
And now we have proof of concept.
Love
So
that.
we're seeing, the various revenue lines being built out.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing gate. We're seeing share of rights,
Mm-hmm.
which is what I handle at the PFJL. We're seeing apparel,
Mm.
is now set up
Merchandise.
Mm,
Yeah.
online, and they can sell that. And we're seeing player sales. So we have the Insta thing lined up, and we're
Wow.
we're starting
that
to see more
that's
players jumping on planes,
Chris, that's
getting
impressive. That's
getting out
really
there. So
impressive.
yeah, that's so
yeah,
so
man,
high tech.
they're profitable. These clubs are making are going to make money, and
Mm-hmm.
are making money.
And I'd love to see what they do with the proceeds, the use of the funds, because if
Well, you're a shareholder, so
yeah,
sorry, you
no, I'm
mean the,
talking
the,
about
the
as the club,
proceeds from the
yeah, on the
IPO?
IPO,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, because
Most of the
if
proceeds
mhm.
are going to go into capital development.
Okay,
So it's going to be pitch and lighting. Those are the top two use of
Mm,
funds,
nice,
because those two drive the ability to train and perform.
mhm,
Uh, and so most of them are using the money for capital costs, infrastructure.
okay, okay.
mm,
Well, I can't wait. I'm actually very excited now. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
man, it's good.
yeah.
And these are three strong, great clubs. I
Yeah,
mean,
man, I've definitely
Portmore
heard
is
of all of them.
right beside not Mega, Price Smart.
Hmm.
So it's a great location that
Yeah.
their stadium is at. Arnett, of course, is Arnett,
Hmm.
and then Moby is at Westport Park, which is going to be a full-fledged park.
Mm.
So it's going to have go-karting and all of that,
Wow.
as well as house the games, as well as invite teams for winter training. So so the business models for all the clubs are pretty solid. The funds flow primarily from player sales, league participation,
Hmm.
and from other. And in the case of Mobe United, the other category is quite strong because they have uh, hosting teams, and they have which is during the winter they'll host teams that will come to Jamaica to train,
Nice.
and they also
Mm,
have a park. They also have a park.
Mm.
So they have three fairly solid business revenue categories.
Okay,
So
okay.
it's coming together nicely.
yeah,
Can't
I'm
wait.
looking
Can't
forward to
wait.
that. The prospectus.
Yeah.
Yeah, those
Hmm.
prospects.
So,
And NCD is,
yeah,
is signed and ready to NCD capital market. So
Awesome. I think
big ups
people
to
have been
them.
waiting for some IPOs.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
they have been
I know.
waiting.
Okay. Okay.
So they're coming. They're coming. We're getting close.
Love that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, to close off, I just want to ask a question. Just a very, you can answer it like a 1 minute. What advice would you give to a lot of young entrepreneurs that are now looking to start their own business?
Yeah. I definitely want to encourage them. That's the first thing. I think Jamaica and the Caribbean still has a lot of opportunities, and and I like to highlight that the population that you serve when you develop products from the Caribbean is usually global, because the Caribbean is so intertwined with the rest of the world, either through the diaspora or through tourism. So you end up having the opportunity to target a bigger market than your domestic population. And that's huge. That's really huge. And I mean, very few countries in the world have the luxury of that, of having, access to 10 million people, even though you're living on an island with, with two. So, that's a great advantage. So definitely jump at it, and look for business opportunities that can attract that bigger market. So that's one. Two, as I said earlier, you're going to have to be more than just an idea. So I know that you think schooling is about getting a degree to get a job, but it's not. Schooling is about developing your skills. It is a skills learning institution, and you're going to need those skills to do well in whatever. But certainly, if you're going to try and build your own business, you're going to need, as I said earlier, you're going to need several skill competences. So you're not wasting your time in university, or certainly in high school or so on. You're building your skills, and you're going to need those skills. So keep building those skills, because the better you are as an individual. And and, and I like to use the example of the athletes. you know the athletes spend more time training than executing. So that just demonstrates to you that you, as a non-athlete, have to do at the very least the same. Why is Messi training to this day, 6 days a week, 5 days a week? The man is Messi. So so yes, you're a doctor, and you did that, but you have to train. You have to keeping your skills sharp and applicable, and effective.
Yeah.
So focus on competence. And then the third area is capital, and that's evolving nicely. Follow. I like my example. My example was, you know, calling up, Bunting, taking a lower percentage, being a minority shareholder, and I'm piggybacking with other co-founders to, to develop, proven. So, and I'm not the only one. I mean, um, what's his name? Mark Zuckerberg, and for Facebook, I think he owns like 16%.
Hmm.
So he's a minority shareholder, but the thing got off the ground, the thing exploded, the thing is solid. So so be flexible in the capital structure, and be open to to partnerships, and inviting capital to the table. So that's what I want to say. Look for scalable business opportunities, focus on your competence, and be flexible in your capital raise. Those are the three areas I want you budding entrepreneurs to keep in mind, and to work on.
Okay, wise words from Sir Chris Williams. Thank you so much for coming on the show, Chris. We really appreciate it. And
Yeah, man.
yeah, man, hope we love the Limitless exclusive. Guys, if you love
Yeah, yeah.
drop a like,
listen, listen.
subscribe, please. This really helps us. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man. Let me say thank you for having me.
mhm.
And as you know, it was difficult to tie me down, especially for for so long a
You're a
period
businessman. I understand.
in
Yeah,
my
man.
day. Yeah, but I had to do this because Matthew's father uh, gave me an opportunity. Chris Preston I was someone that I sat beside in my first job. His desk was beside my desk, and when I got my uh, accepted to do my MBA, Chris Preston lent me the money to book my flight and to pay for incidentals and so on to get to Canada.
Wow.
He gave me a loan to do that. So
Mm,
Matthew, sorry for your loss, but trust me, your father was a general. He really knocked it out of the park and left a legacy. And I mean, he did that from a very young age.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? That was years ago.
mm,
That was at least 30 years ago. And he, stood up with him brethren and backed me, to be able to go and further my education. So
wow.
oh.
thanks, Matthew, um, um, for giving me the opportunity to do a little payback. I can never repay to that little payback.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you. Today's actually the second or the 2 year anniversary of his passing, exactly today. So
Oh,
yeah. Oh,
Full circle.
God works.
Yeah.
God works. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. No, man. Stay strong, but trust me, you can stand up strong and proud because, as you know, he went on to do much more after that. But I'm telling you, I mean, him step up from them young age there and back me and of course him was a real investor. I'm sure so he charged me a nice little interest rate. He charged me a nice but I mean, him take the risk.
Yeah.
Him
yeah.
take the risk,
Yeah.
and when I got back, got a job and everything,
Yeah.
pay him back and thing. But the man step up and lend me the money for 2 years.
Wow.
Gone to Canada, him don't know if I'm gonna come back.
Yeah.
So trust me, but he make back him money still, cause him already. You understand? Yeah, man, him not play with him investments.
Love it.
But trust me, him a general. Respect.
All right. Thank you, Chris. No, man. Take care. Take care.